Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I'm going to do a little bit of economy management, so we're going to start this episode going a bit slow. We've been being a little bit of an import economy for a while now, but I think the time is right to start trying to be a little bit more of an export economy. So, let's take a look at our trade routes. I'm going to cancel basically as many incoming trade routes as I can. Alright, I can live without these clothes. I can certainly live without this liquor. There's the war with the Roman religious revolt. Let me see. These three, I do kind of need the ammunition. Or do I? I don't think I do. Oh, well, that's profitable now. For lead, we'll do fine without lead. Exporting rubber. We're using our own rubber at this point, so I don't necessarily do that. I don't need this much ammo. I don't need this tiny amount of furniture. I probably do need this wood, but I may not in the long term. Let me see how wood's doing in terms of price. Wood is very affordable in our market, so I don't need to be importing wood from China. Wine export route, that's a good thing to have. I don't need to be importing hardwood for sure. Let that one go. Meat export to China, that one's not profitable. Liquor imports in the Ottoman Empire, don't need that. Or from Egypt, rather. Let me see. Wow, we've got a big ol' rework of our trade routes to do. Just to get rid of the ones that are not really profitable. Certainly don't need to be bringing in all of this. And then this coal import route from China I'm going to stick with because coal... Oop, that's not what I want to be doing. Oh gosh, please don't. Hey, Danish mass immigration. Excellent. No, how do I unset? Oh, I'm in the other market. Here we go. Alright. So here we go. Now I'm filtered properly. Alright. Selling dyes to Egypt, I can stop doing... Oh, cripes. I can stop doing that. Now, coal, I'm going to reset the tariff options to protect domestic supply. I think a certain amount of our coal is being bought by other countries. Not much, though, which is a little curious. Buy orders for coal continue to go up. I think at this time, I will probably max out the coal mines in Alentejo. I've got 77 infrastructure available. They're already maxed. Never mind. I did a big smart, y'all. I'm so good at stuff. Alright, I'm going to use this interface, which always slows down my machine, but hopefully not for too long. Alright, cool. South Madagascar has absolutely bananas coal processing infrastructure. Capacity. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw 5 levels of railways into South Madagascar. We'll start building those right away. Again, the thing we want to try to avoid doing is outrunning our available infrastructure there, because coal mines build really, really fast. So 5 levels of trains. My current train production method produces 25 infrastructure a pop. So... Oh, right. I need to reset production methods in Malaya. That's what happened. I'm like, why do I have some places that are not on the correct production methods? It's because I haven't reset them yet. Now, so I built up all those railways, so that's going to give me 125 infrastructure. It costs 2 infrastructure a pop to build mines, or anything. So if I build 60 levels of mines, that'll be enough. And I've only got the capacity for 54. So basically we're going to build up a ton of coal mines over there. How's the war going? Seems like we're doing pretty well. Pretty pleased to have the Roman Republic. Ooh. Hello. What is going on over here? Denmark. The rebellion in Denmark is asking me to fight Germany for a protectorate. Well, what a fascinating proposition. But I don't think I can fight Germany. So, unfortunately, I must decline. Even though I know Germany's got another thing going on. Hey, there's feminism. Wonderful. Anyone want better women's rights laws? Looks like no. I could go to wage subsidies. It's going to make the landowners upset, but that's alright. That'll strengthen my working class. Oh my goodness. A communard bourgeois revolt. Well, that sure is interesting. Unfortunately, I have a truce with the French Commune, and there is nothing they want from me. So ultimately, I'm not going to get involved in this, but it's quite curious. So the bourgeois revolt. Let me see. They're a universal suffrage monarchy with cooperative ownership under Charles Marat. Interesting. I don't know who that is. I feel like I should. This is an historical character, so I could look him up. Maybe I'll look into that in the future. Almost done with the situation here in Rome. Bengal sides with a revolt. Interesting. And remember, we are hurtling towards annexing Brazil, but we need to get their liberty desire down. And furthermore, we need to wait for our truce to be done with them. That's going to be in the middle of 14. So probably the episode will end before that, but maybe next episode. Alright. And Roman Republic is my vassal. So that's very good. Netherlands is also my vassal. They are going down in liberty desire, both of them. So I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. I am not going to be getting involved in this, and I'm not going to be getting involved in this. Now, I did notice that Brunei seemed remarkably uninvolved in anything, and I am thinking about taking them over. So, let me see. It would be nice to direct hold North Borneo. On the other hand, they could hold the area directly, and I could slowly increase them. Let me see, because the state of North Borneo actually encompasses both of these territories as well. I think I'm gonna make them a protectorate. That's what I'm gonna do. 2.1 infamy, very little infamy. Looks like nobody is very interested in stepping in and stopping me on this. So we'll go ahead and do it. Alright, there's that. Brunei has no army worth mentioning. So we'll just go ahead and send the army of East Africa to be on the front and handle the situation. Still building my canal. By the way, I'm holding this to establish the Suez Canal Company, because once I've got that, that's going to be crazy money. Ooh, an heir was born. Fernando de Braganca. Let's take a look at that. So Fernando aligns with the landowners as an ethno-nationalist. Well, that's interesting. Let's hope that Miguel... Oh, Miguel's almost for sure going to live through the entire rest of the run, unless I go absolutely buck wild at some point. Is this something going on in Borneo? But could I get a subject out of it? Looks like no. Also, I don't have the ability to intervene over there, I don't think. So it's really kind of a moot point. The intelligentsia want right of assembly. Does anybody... What would happen if I... Oh my goodness, no, nobody wants that. The church doesn't want it, the landowners don't want it. Never mind, we're out. So from Oman. This is Jabal Shamar. Don't need to worry about that. Can't get there anyway. Investment pool is getting pretty full, so I'm pretty pleased by that. I'm actually overall very pleased with my ability to continue to build at a very modest deficit in the budget. So I'm thinking about just continuing to build stuff. You know, obviously I'm building up this huge supply of coal, which is going to help things out in the long term. USA and Mexico are still shooting at each other. Oh my goodness. Look at the number of dead and wounded in this war. How long has this war been going on? Gosh. I have no idea. That's a real piles and piles of dead Americans over there. Now what about this? I suspect the communards are going to lose. Which is going to be the end of the Paris Commune. Rest in peace, Paris Commune. I knew ye. Political movement for right of assembly is over. Excellent. Things are popping off in Brunei with no problem. British Republic is going after the Mangbetu people. I'm just going to go ahead and declare neutrality on that. That one doesn't bother me one bit. Alright, so for society we're moving through, we're getting close to malaria prevention. It's going to be a while, but we're getting close. And this army is on attack, right? Yes, it is. Brunei backs down. Alright, lovely. You love to see it. Let's go ahead and take a look at their economy and see what we can build up. Obviously, those gold mines are going to be a huge temptation for me. So let's see here. They're at their infrastructure capacity. Do they have railways yet? They do not. Alright. Easy peasy. We'll build those. That's a no-brainer, basically, at this point. Because their economy can continue to grow. That's lovely. I don't need to, Oh my goodness. Very low construction efficiency. An anti-Russian league. Due to us being overtaken by Russia in prestige. Temples of Humanity. The Positivist Church of Portugal has petitioned to be allowed to construct an additional church in Galicia. The proposed Temple of Humanity will serve as an important node of positivist activities. There's already a temple in Lisbon, now they want another in Santiago de Compostela? Surely there will be an institution. Surely there would be an inquisition upon us for all this. I wouldn't worry. They sound like Catholics anyway. If there's an inquisition at all, they'll just take the priests and baptize them. Maybe that'd be a real reason to attend Mass on Sunday. You don't attend Mass on Sunday? What does your mother think of that? There's no harm in it. Extra education qualifications, but increased radicals from standard of living decreases. Influence the positivists increases. Or we won't spread disorder and Gelra armed forces upset. How are the armed forces doing right now? They could be happier. I'm going to say there's no harm in it. This radicalism number is not making me super happy, but this loyalism number is making me super happy. So, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Nope. Like waiting for the thing to go, and now it's not unpausing, and I'm like, So, I'm building up those railways. And then, what else is there? Obviously, I'm going to build up those gold mines. No question about that. Everyone loves gold, especially me. Shipyards are nice to have, and they're outputting clippers. Maybe I'll build one level of military shipyards. So that they can output some man-o-wars, and that way my market can have enough man-o-wars. That'll be nice. And then, let me see. Temptation to build. Do you have any coal? You don't. It was worth a try. I need more steel infrastructure. This is bananas. I gotta get myself more steel mills. Obviously, that's gonna cost me some additional coal, but I'm building up a bunch of coal in South Madagascar. South Madagascar, please, please tell me that you have real production methods. Not really, but that's okay. Let me see. This is Greece. A Greek proletarian revolt. Want an overlord? You do. Score. Excellent. So this will be fun. Let's just go ahead and mobilize the Army of East Africa once again. Put them on the front. Sadly, I haven't built my canal yet, so they can't go directly there. But it shouldn't be too long now. Let me see. 23 weeks. Alright, yeah, well, they're better off going around anyway. Alright, so the Portuguese Communard Friendship Committee has been disbanded, as has the Anti-Communard League, because the French Empire is no longer, is now, the French Commune is now the French Empire. I can go ahead and stop improving relations with North Germany and start improving them with the newly re-established French Empire. So this is, I want to say, the third French Empire. They were Napoleonic for a while in the in 1812. Then they were Napoleonic again, I think, in the middle of the 19th century, and now they're continuing to be. Now they're an empire once again. So hopefully I can get my territories connected here. Maybe I should make a mad dash for malaria prevention. Maybe I should not. No, anarchism is going to get done pretty fast. And then we'll do malaria prevention. Alright. The French Empire has taken notice of our colony in Portuguese Sinai, attempting to enforce their claim on the region by demanding we cede the colony to them. The French have a tendency towards the theoretical, don't they? Whereas Portuguese people have always been pragmatic. We saw an opportunity and we took it. Now we must suffer the whining of those who would rather talk about which opportunities they plan to take in the future and begrudge us what is already ours. Unfortunately, the whining is growing quite loud. What does a claim matter when we got there first? 14 infamy. A simple misunderstanding they shall have it. No, I'm not gonna. I built a whole canal. I'm almost done building a canal. No, get out of here, France. That's mine. I bought that fair and square from the Egyptians. I'm simplifying the trade route. France, we talked about this. And by we talked, I mean I went ahead and did it. Speaking of doing things, let's survey ourselves a skyscraper site. I like skyscrapers. Let's do it. That's going to cost me 500 bureaucracy, but it shouldn't be a problem. My army's about to get to Greece. I might even be able to participate in the war. Actually, yeah, I think we're going to get there. It's popping off. Hey, I got there. Wonderful. Alright, this will be excellent. 2 arms. Greece is in default. That's fine. That's damaged my relations probably with a bunch of countries, actually. Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, Egypt. Egypt's cool. Austria-Hungary I should increase. Great Britain. Great Britain's also a little salty. Alright, so hey, there's the Greek proletarian revolt. Fully suppressed with no casualties. There's a liberal revolt in Braganca. We've got that one handled. I didn't realize that was happening. I should have paid closer attention. That's okay. Diplomatic play in Zanj. This is who? This is over here. Alright. I can't do anything about this, so I'm going to declare neutrality. And we've got a bunch of events. Let me just quickly keep colonies aristocratic revolts. And Great Britain is supporting the revolt. How interesting. Wait, hold on. No, they're not. They're not. They're supporting the government. All right. Whew. Thought I was going nutty over there. All right. So we got a bunch of events. Let's take a look. Ooh, the duel. Guys shooting at each other. Fyodor Brusilov has challenged Andrei Gomez to a duel to the death. So this is one of our agitators, a jingoist associated with the Catholic Church, and this is a general, a traditionalist associated with the armed forces. The aura surrounding the two figures is like something out of a romantic novel. Andrei Gomez smiles. He's been rehearsing this moment before falling asleep. Fyodor Brusilov, you are a friendless bastard. Your insults cannot go unanswered. Pick a weapon of choice and we shall meet tomorrow. Let them fight! Fyodor Brusilov has died. Well, that's one of our agitator slots filled. A foreign manifesto. The recently translated works of Shir Bukhani have become popular within the movement to enact mass conscription. The relationship has developed to the point of Shir Bukhani openly endorsing the movement. Bukhari, sorry. And for a whole class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Portuguese. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class that once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects of their own. Our struggle is an international one, 10 support, or foreign interference ought to be punished. I'm going to say... Wait. I'm going to say this foreign interference ought to be punished. This is going to weaken the trade unions and make them salty. So that's going to get rid of my industrial organizers bonus, but that's okay. I don't want this movement to get too strong because mass conscription is basically a net loss for me. These territories are functionally going to have so much conscription centers capacity as we get on in the game that that mass conscription is not going to be on the table. Technical talents. Inspired by the prowess of North German engineers and academics, the technically inclined industrialists have started to form a lobby in favor of closer ties with the North German Federation. By our standards, with the methods they employ in their manufactories, they often find themselves saving half a man-hour per worker to produce the same output we do. The building I had toured had quite an innovative lighting system as well. Imagine, if you will, shifts being able to extend up to an hour more per day. His mustachioed compatriot was already pulling out a paper, drawing a line between disparate sets of calculations. When the two sums were placed next to each other, he let out a low whistle. Whew! We will make great strides together. That's fine. Or our creations far outstrip those of North German toys. Industrialists weaker. Yeah, sure, I'll take a North German Federation thing. So that's the industrialists. How are they feeling? Pretty good. And finally, a campaign financing event. Parties, particularly the Portuguese Socialist Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. Let's see what you men are charging. Fees, yes, that's to be expected. But what's this? A lodging charge? That fancy hotel room could house half a village. And there's enough wine billed here to drown a fish. Boats don't come cheap, sir. You do want to win, right? Some money can be spared for the Portuguese Socialist Party. Government expenses, extra momentum. Every party can be provided with basic funding this election cycle, twice the cost, opposition interest group approval. Or, if a party can't afford to campaign, should be campaigning reduced momentum. I'm going to go with the third one to reduce their momentum. I'm going to ignore this whole Southern Africa situation. And I'm going to unpause. France, you better not try to steal my canal, because that's my canal. I need it. I'm doing important work over here, France. Jeepers. Bengal. Why would you rival me? I don't wish to be rivals with you, Bengal. That's deeply uncool. I like you. You and I could be friends. Maybe I should improve relations. South Italian mass immigration. Interesting. Alright, so we continue to build. Obviously, all the construction in North Borneo is going to take forever. We are almost done with our Suez Canal. And we got Greece as a protectorate, which I am also extremely pleased about. I am going to improve relations with them as soon as I've gotten British Republic up to 50. I'm going to go ahead and subsidize the canal. Democratic solidarity. In a pro-suffrage gesture, Samuel Bolcau has released a positive endorsement of the Portuguese Socialist Society for its stalwart support of voting rights in Portugal. There is no issue in our constitutional monarchy greater than that of the franchise, that method through which the people may decide any future issue which comes their way. With this in mind, my endorsement should come to no surprise. Portuguese Socialist Society is the guardian of the Portuguese franchise, or perhaps some party members more than others. I'm going to give them... So this is more momentum, whereas the second one is just stronger trade unions across the board. I'm going to give them more momentum. I think that's a better plan in the long term. Portuguese Catholic Center still has all the votes on Earth, so I'm not worried about that situation. Alright. So, relations here. Start improving relations with Greece. Denmark wants investments, or Norway wants investments, rather. I don't wish to invest in Norway. Get investments from America. They're your overlord, anyway. Alright, Zosa Uprising. From Cape Colony. So where is that? That's over here. So I have an interesting option. Because if I support them, and Cape Colony loses, then I can just steal this territory right away. And that sure would be fun. I don't think Germany or the United States is really going to participate over here. So I'm going to step in. We'll get it to a little bit of international chicanery. I'm just going to mobilize both my armies, and I'm going to put the army of East Africa over here. Alright. And now we're in the countdown to war, so the United States is going to step in. Feeling pretty happy about that. Oil in Western New Guinea. Ah, they're sneaking around. They're sneaking around trying to get to the other fronts. But I'll be able to stop them. Alright, we're building all this coal infrastructure. I'm gonna quickly build these mines and shipyards. Not quickly, but I'm gonna build these mines and shipyards and then focus on South Madagascar. That'll just help me get autonomy down in Brunei, and that'll be nice. Force comparison here is rock solid. Force comparison here is not great. Both my armies are on defend. I need to put them over to attack. They're both my generals in my main army. This army is also on defend, so I'm going to put them over to attack as well. Make sure I don't forget how to do that. Not forget how to, forget to. Because that is a mistake I have made in the past. How much longer until I can annex Brazil? 7 weeks. Alright, easy peasy. So, how is employment in Yan Canal? Not great. Kindly burn this letter. Raul Rengal, a prominent member of the Progressive Party, has been accused of gross corruption. He strenuously denied all allegations until damning letters surfaced signed by him. Yes, I'm willing to discuss the contents of these letters with the committee, of course. If only I'm given time to study the content of the letters in my personal chambers first. Of course, on my honor, I will not destroy any of the evidence. Honest. The Progressive Party should stand by him, minus 20% momentum, or they should be isolated to protect the rest of the party. I think having the Progressive Party be a little weaker isn't bad. I'm going to go ahead and hit that button. That's going to reduce their momentum. No. A Monday night surprise. And there is the election. We are still in basically the most legitimate government we could be in. I'm pretty pleased. In fact, once I'm not supporting Brazil's regime anymore, I'll be up to righteous, and that'll be nice. I'm thinking about incorporating Sinai. In fact, I'm gonna. That's gonna take forever, but it is what it is. I'm going to build a little bit of stuff here just so that there's employment. I'm going to cut one... Ooh, that's a significant consumption tax. But I'm going to do it because I need a greener grasses campaign in Sinai. I can't do it because it's isolated. I didn't realize it was isolated. Let's throw a port in there. We need to build that urgently. Throw that all the way at the top of the queue. And the other stuff we'll do once we're finished with building up the gold mines in North Borneo. So, we are pushing forward here. Let's get our fleet down there to support this naval invasion right here. We'll get our army on its way back. And there's that. So now we have a country called Zosa. And if I immediately attack... it's going to be 20.2 infamy. Well, goodness, that certainly is a pile of infamy. Ooh. I could have planned this better. Still. Slowly we're getting there. Egyptian aristocratic revolt. That's an interesting situation. This one in Kutai I can safely ignore without a problem. Shortage of government admin. Socialism unlocked. Concrete dockyards unlocked. Alright, so we should have anarchism really soon. And then malarial prevention. I'm a little concerned about that. Do I have any unprofitable trade routes? I do. We'll just go ahead and cut those. That should provide... That's not cutting it. Alright, interesting. Let's go ahead and build up a little bit more government admin in Estremadura. I'm going to focus on Estremadura right now because this is where our skyscraper is going to be. And having a skyscraper is just a huge shot in the arm from a government administration capacity perspective. Obviously, I am... a little bit overbuilding. And we got wargaming spreading. That's cool. Wargaming's fun. Brunei is going down in Liberty Desire. So, let's take a look. So, if I use the annex button, it's going to be 48 infamy. Alright, so I basically need to get down to 0 before I can go after Brazil. If I do this, who's going to stop me? Belgium, Venezuela, Bengal. So I need myself a good solid alliance. Relations are amicable with the North German Federation. They definitely could be better with the French Empire. I don't need to be improving relations with the United States any longer. They would form an alliance. You know what? Times have changed. But are they strong enough to fight Bengal? I think they are. Oh, they might not be. Interesting. There's definitely options. I think France is my ideal 9th. Who's top of the scale? British Republic once again. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, relations are good. They wouldn't do an alliance. I'll bring them back up to... Oh, I think the Sinai incident made them salty with me. That's why they're not willing to do it now. Alright, interesting. So we got about 3 more years to continue maneuvers on this front until we can get what we want. We can go ahead and be neutral here. So with the canal being subsidized, yep, still need more of everything. I'm gonna go build myself a university here as well, and that's gonna provide additional qualifications, and that is going to help with all the stuff I'm trying to get to. All right, we are actually way over time. So I am going to put a pin in this episode. My nerds, have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.